Hello everyone, welcome back for some more Fate Hollow Ataraxia. According to the main menu, we are at 90%, meaning we are in the final 10% of the game. Which doesn't feel right, but at the same time, I guess it is. Let's go talk to Caren at the church. I'm gonna bet those final scenes are gonna be super long. Third time! In the end, I'll go visit the church. I can't remember how many times I've dragged myself here. 3. The rules of the 4 days do not apply here. I can meet and part with her however many times I wish. Oh? The two of us would eventually run out of things to talk about, though. New elements do not enter here, so it's only natural that I would someday fill in all the events. Come to the church to fill the blank spaces, and this will be the last time. Visits after this one will mean little to me. It's good idea because, 4. The 4th visit would be a deadly one. Because 4 means death in Japan. I've said those words so often in so many videos that if you don't know that by now, if that hasn't sunk into your skulls by now, you're not paying attention. It's not that I'm tired, but I've run out of vigor. What I need is momentum, not rest. Let's go produce a little energy. You do that by going to church. I do not know about that, Chief. The performance was rather short this time. After expecting so much, it's a bit of a letdown. But seeing as it did give me a little bit of the energy I was after, I guess it was fine. The grinding heat in my chest feels good. The what now? And they do say it's bad for your health if you don't get angry once in a while. Oh. You're so weird here, bud. However, I'm not satisfied with what follows afterwards. Caren, who has finished her performance, once again stands in front of me, silent. It may just be me, but she looks to be in an even worse mood than before. You could even say she's standing imposingly. The cloudiness matches this church. Rather than piercing sunlight that makes you feel alive, it is this deathly grayness that matches the church so well. The church itself has a long history. Built way before the war, it was renovated after incurring heavy damage during the Third Holy Grail War. A person named Kotomine Rise was dispatched as a qualified candidate who was particularly familiar with the land. He was the father of Karen's predecessor, Kotomine Kirei. Kotomine Rise, despite his young age, performed the role of supervisor in the Third Holy Grail War. In recognition of his achievements, he was entrusted with this church. With plenty of experience under his belt, he strove for an even better outcome in the Fourth Holy Grail War, but died due to unforeseen circumstances. The local noble magus he assisted suffered unexpected defeat, and the war ended in chaos. The Fourth Holy Grail War, the battle that caused Shinto's Great Fire. The third one was 50 years before, roughly around the same time as the World War, and the fourth one was just as the newly modernized economy was about to stagnate. The bubble economy. And with the battle Emiyoshiro was involved with half a year ago, Fuyuki's Holy Grail Wars came to an end. Up to this point, it's been 200 years. We are ignoring her so much. It's amazing how such a sacrament has been carried out until now in such a far eastern land. The tenacity of the participants that tried to reach a miracle was near fanaticism. When it comes to obsession, the Holy Church and the Maze Association are not much different. I do wonder, though, is that place on the other side really that good? But enough of that.
わかった。何か話をしよう。
ではあなたからどうぞ。私には話題がありません。約束はあなたの話が終わってからです。
俺からかよ。
There's no way around it. Having been outlasted in a contest of silence, it is now my job to suggest the topic of discussion. But I've run out of things to say. Nothing I could chat about with her, nor do I have anything worth asking. Something that's on my...
そういえば。
There's one matter of great interest to me.
何か
いや、そういえば服が違うなって。
Yeah, let's talk about that.
あんた、夜は包囲を着てなかったよな。
ええ、それが何か？
Oh, it's just strange. Because it's such a weird outfit, the other one that you're in. It's almost bunny girlish.
何言って、どうして着替えるのかなと。あれって包囲とは程遠いだろ。今はシスター全開だけど、夜のあんたはとても神職に見えなかったぜ。
And you have to tell me what's with the poorly drawn Tanner hat. Now, that was something else entirely. It was beyond the point where it could be overlooked just because it's also black, like a cassock? Cassock? My friend, what is this word you are saying? Cassock? What is that? Oh, the cassock is a full-length garment of single color worn by the certain Christian clergy, members of choirs. So the thing that I've worn before during a thing. No, not the black priest one. Okay, no. I wore a white one though once because I was volunteered for something. It's happened before. I've done many things, you know. I think that's one thing. Sometimes I just think about my whole life and think about how I get roped into stuff, and I'm like, man, thank God it gives me good stories to tell in these videos.
それは神父にしては軽装すぎるということですか？
軽装すぎるんじゃなくて、イメージの問題というか、あの服ちょい派手すぎないか？全体的に黒いし、まるで悪役だ。あんたがずっと包囲姿だったら変な誤解をすることもなかったのに。
See, I honestly give her bunny ears, and that looks like a bunny girl outfit.
あれは悪魔払いを行う時のものです。
I mean, sure. It's not that I think that they're a good choice for them, because again...
戦闘用の服装ですから、包囲とはイメージが異なるのは当然かと。
I mean, sure, it's battle attire, but again, can I get a reason why?
ああ、悪魔払い用の戦闘服なんだ。確かに動きやすそうだったけど、ほとんど裸みたいなもんだし。
He says what we're thinking.
つまり、私の服装に何か個人的な意見があると。
意見っていうより疑問。動きやすくてもあんなんじゃ不安でしょうがないだろう。というか、誰の趣味だよ。
I mean, leave it to the church to make her wear something like that.
ほら、下手な水着よりやばいっていうか、むやみに戦場的というか、なんだ。言いづらいことなんでうまく言えないんだけど。あれ、下を履き忘れてない？
Yeah, okay, he says what we're thinking. No answer. Does that mean yes?
あれは仕様です。
Oh.
初めからスカートはありません。
But why?
よこしまな考えは
For
やめ
what
てくださ
purpose?
い。
I mean, the phrase, it's easier to move around in. I mean, you could just put on pants. Like a pair of jeans on top of that wouldn't make it any harder to move around in. This woman is really reading my mind.
そうだよな。そんなわけないよな。あんたはシスターだし、誘惑はご法度だよな。
Well, not always. It's so weird. There's so many different, like, subsects of... That's S-E-C-T-S, by the way. Of, like, religion, that there could just be one that's like, yeah, surprise, we're allowed to marry and have kids. Or surprise, it's like, we're fine with polygamy, but everything else is the same. It's like, okay.
悪い。分かりきった質問だった。つい気になって聞いちまったんだが、あんな戦闘用包囲なんてマジありえないもんな。で、あれ誰の趣味なんだ？
誰の趣味でもありません。あれは私が祭儀の中から選び、手を加えただけのものです。
Oh, it was your choice.
選んだのはあんたなんだ。
機能性を重視した結果です。私に求められるものは運動性であって守りではありません。
Again, have you tried a pair of jeans? You'd be surprised at how easy they are to move around in.
それと、あなたから戦場的に見えたのは当然です。
Oh, wait, what?
あれはもともと 男性を誘惑するためのものですから。
Well, that kind of feels strange for a sister.
は
Huh? I'm stunned. For seducing men, is she serious?
何それ、誘惑はご法度だって言わなかった？
言ったのはあなただけです。私は一言も禁じてはいませんが。
けど不敬って言ったじゃんか。下を履き忘れてるのはわざとだって思ったら。
男性を引きつけるための服を着ることと報酬で服を脱ぐことは違います。あなたの言いようではまるで私が露出狂のようでしたので。
It seems that that's the disrespect she was mad at. From the standpoint of a man, neither seems very different, but exhibitionism certainly would be bad, as it's a crime.
けどさ、なんで男を引きつけるんだよ。シスターってのは低粛であるべきだろ。それともあんた、男なら誰でもいいの？
I cannot believe how forward Emiya is in this church. It's so weird and out of character, and it happens a couple times. I hope we get an explanation.
その男性が望むのなら拒むことはありません。例えば、あなたに女性を暴きたいという渇きがあるのなら、
Nah, my man's
そ
good.
れに応え、潤しましょう。
You have no idea what those eclipse scenes are like, and trust me, don't worry, I'll get to them. They will come. Ha 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 ha. Eventually, I will take a look at them because apparently there's some important plot in some of them. And then as soon as the funny bits start, I am quickly reading it and cutting away.
それも私の労働です。好みは常に痛みに応えるもの。あなたが罰を受けることはありません。私はあなたに暴かれるのではなく、魔に暴かれる。人間であるあなたが罪を負うことはないのです。
Wow, I hate it. I see. If you think about it, even when she's not doing anything, she's always tinged with the taint of demons. Even if nobody dirties their hands, she automatically gets aroused and comes anyway. I had to read that before I realized that is what he said. Huh. Oh wow, okay, we're just saying it, huh? Wowie wow. It's masturbation akin to self-mutilation. That is not a fun sentence. If that's your everyday routine, then of course it wouldn't make much of a difference who her partner is. Jeez.
つまりなんだ。日々の祈りと大差ない同じ労働ってことか。
I feel dirty reading this.
参ったな。実は慢性的に誘ってたとか？
I cannot believe Emiya's saying these things.
ええ、あなたが望むのでしたら。
Emiya Shiro is the type of guy who sees Rin Tosaka in her everyday clothes for the first time and nearly dies from a heart attack. This cherry boy could not handle this type of conversation.
本当？ラッキー、助かった。俺望んでないから別にいいです。
Okay. He's being smarmy. That at least makes sense here. Now I'm glad, very glad that I could get by without humiliating a girl. No matter what anyone says, I'm not the slightest bit inclined to try it. Even if she asked me, I would want no part. But if the condition is that it can't happen unless I feel like it, there's no problem.
それはどういった意味合いの反応ですか？潔白な女性が好みとか？
いや、そういうこだわりはない。そいつがやりたくてやってることなら24時間特会引っかえ、節操なしでいいんじゃない？汝の隣人を愛せよってあんたらの売り文句だし。
それと私の労働は違うと思うのですが、私の行為はやはり明確な労働に他なりません。
This is interesting because recently we had the talk in Grand Order about how the concept of prostitute has changed over time too, because we met Enkidu, you know, the chains that Gilgamesh uses, personified into a human form, and the human form is that of a prostitute, but like the prostitute is not like a prostitute, it's like a different prostitute. There was a whole lot of talk. It's very interesting stuff.
そりゃますます得が高い。 相応の対価と取り替えっこの関係も悪くはないさ。お高く止まって何もなしな女よりずっといい。
Wow. Shiro is surprisingly accepting of the, sex worker community. Good for you, bud. Hey, this is the ultimate proof that over the course of all of Stay Night, he gets over the whole women should stay in the kitchen and be women things. Like, he gets over that. He's good now. I look over the church with a glance. There aren't any statues here. Doesn't look like as if I'll be accused of slander.
わかる？仮にあんたのそれが恒常的なお仕事だからって、それを理由に避けたりはしないってこと。肉体面じゃなく精神面の問題でさ。別の情はあっても愛情がないから関わりたくないんです。
This is extremely mature of him. Although if she keeps wandering around in front of my eyes in an outfit like that, there's no telling how things will turn. Oh well, okay. Buddy. It's your dark inner thoughts speaking. The preferences of a normal adult male are one thing, but to me, those clothes are a little intense.
あなたの考えは分かりました。今後参考にさせていただきます。
あれ、服の話はもういいのか？
ええ、もう十分です。知る気はありませんでしたが、あなたのことがよく分かった。本当、随分と弱っているのですね、あなたは。私の目には吹けば飛んでいきそうなほど小さく見える。そんなに自分が嫌いなのですか？
What are you talking about?
は？
Yeah, what? Her outright provocation produces a burst of energy within me. What did you just see of me with those dead eyes, you...
なんでさ。別に俺、自分が嫌だなんて思うことはないけど、説教なら余計なお世話だから黙ってくんない？
これは私の私服を褒めてくれたお礼よ。諦めて受け取りなさい。
What the heck are you talking
それ
about?
で、あなたが私を嫌うのはどうして？
I mean, because you say stuff like that. She jumps straight to the issue. Following her lead, I blurt out.
そりゃ、自分の欲望がないやつは気に食わない。
Okay, or something deeper like that, I guess. I ignore the mountain of minor flaws and go straight for the killer one. Okay, there you go.
ほら、だからあなたは自分が嫌い。聖杯を破壊したエミやシローには自己に帰る欲望がないのだもの。自分には与えず隣人には与える献身の鏡。世界は正しくあれと祈るようなあり方。それがあなたの生き方であることは間違いない。なのにどうしてかしらね。あなたはそれを美しいと感じられない。
いや、だって。
It's not beautiful in the slightest. The problem comes even before judging whether it's good or evil. I have no intention of trying to live that sort of a good-for-nothing life in the first place.
もう誰もエミやシローを責めていないのに、自分の欲望を持とうとしないなんて。ねえ、人並みの幸福はそんなにつまらない？
Ah, I get it. My way of life is, in short, an existence where I don't have the patience to be content with that. There should be as much happiness as there are lives. Just a tiny amount is not worth the trouble, it screams.
うまいこと言うな、あんた。さすがは司祭代理。グーの音も出ない逆説だ。機会があったら、今度は本気で叱ってくれ。
Caren will remember that.
ええ、私の小言で10年来の正義感が変わるとは思えませんが、あなたが望むのでしたら、もう一度諭しましょう。
I stand up. I should have left earlier as soon as the organ stopped. What I wanted was an energizing hatred. Realizing my disgust for myself is making all of that motivation disappear.
じゃあな、他にやることがありそうだし、あんたともここまでだ。
By going any further, I'll be venturing outside my domain. If these 4 days are someone else's reproduction of a Holy Grail war, then Emiya Shiro and this woman, Caren, cannot meet. If I keep mentioning people who are not in my battle, my existence as Emiya Shiro will collapse.
聖杯を探しに
Sorry,
行く
keep
のですね。
meeting.
あなたは世界の終わらせ方に気づいたのですか？
A voice rings out behind me. Even turning around is a pain.
さてな。遠坂凛が言うには、俺が聖杯の持ち主を倒せばいいって話だが。
With the intelligence I have at my disposal, it just ends with my own defeat no matter how many times I try.
でしょうね。そのためには絵を完成させなければいけない。
Oh god, are you telling me I have to play Koi Koi and get all those pictures? Oh jeez.
あなたはあなたの意義を見つけないと。
Oh deep. Meaning means self-awareness, recognizing what it is that I must do. This woman is telling me to find that by myself, without someone else telling me.
敵の本拠地を探しなさい。そこに始まりの鍵があるはずです。
Got it? The old mansion.
お言葉だけど、洋館ならとっくに調べたよ。
I love the fact that you just say this. I love the fact that you're such a smart protagonist.
見落としがあるのよ。遠坂の後継ぎにロンドンの話を聞
But
きなさい。
wait, what? London? Straightforward piece of precise advice. I don't want to look back when my feet stop and my neck turns. See, that's why I didn't want to look.
契約違反だ。情報交換だけって話だったのに。
今回だけは特別です。言ったでしょ。次にあなたが来た時、迷っているのなら道を示すと。
Did she really make a promise like that by herself? Really? She's a woman that just does whatever she wants.
Thank you. じゃ、これで本当に用済みだな。
ええ。私がエミやシローに関われるのはこれが限度です。
I leave the church. Amy and Shiro had not met Caren or Tensia to begin with. It's always been an impossible event. I have no reason to grieve, even if this was our final farewell. There's like some universe shenanigans. Heard the last piece of advice. Free action at night. Emmy residents decided to tell Rin. I'm gonna check the flag list. Where are we at? Oh boy! We sure have a lot. Wait, what? The church's guidance to tales of foreign travels, truth about 2 mansions, and the horns of war at the harbor. Note, get your lazy butt to school, you. Thank you for reminding me that I have school in the morning, too, because I always forget that. I'm not going to do the night event till after. Oh, because there's stuff, like, in my living room. Okay, like this one right here.
Shiro, きちんと宿題やってる?
Lord, no, because I've been in these 4 days forever, and I want to die if I have to keep redoing my homework. Says Fujine as she calmly eats her rice crackers. See, even though Fujine is always lazy and laid back, deep down she's actually a diligent and honest English teacher. God, isn't that the truth? Because there's people who look at me and they say, how can you be a teacher? They look at my Fate collection. They look at, like, my shit posting on Twitter, and they're like, how can you be a teacher? And here's the thing. Work me and home me are separate worlds. She gets energized when things get exciting around her, but she also calms down when it's tranquil, the usual party type.
やってるよ。休み明けにはきちんと終わる。
そう、ならいいけど、他の子に見せるのもなしだからね。誰かの写しても身にならないから、見せてくれって言われてもきちんと断るのよ。
It's true. Homework's given for a reason. That said, I almost never give homework because I think you do enough. If you do the work in class, you're good. But if you don't do it, of course, take it home and you have to work on it. That's how it is.
努力する。
Nevertheless, I'm certain that anyone who would actually ask me to copy my work is absolutely hopeless. Because I'm wrong more than half the time. Alright, he sucks at English if I recall. If they do acknowledge all that and ask me anyway, I'll probably end up lending it at their own risk.
よろしい。別にやってこなかったからって罰ゲームをしたりしないんだから、人助けとか思わないようにね。困るのは、それが必要になった時、自力でやってこなかったその子自身になるんだから。
Like the teacher that she is, her view on this is serious. Of course, her hand is already reaching out on the table in search of another cracker. Her eyes are still directed at the TV screen, however. Rotating the plate of snacks, Saber moves the crackers within her hand's reach. That's adorable. Munch munch goes another rice cracker in the tiger sensei's jaws.
シロ、
Hi.
なんだセイバー。
先ほどからタイガと話しているのは学び屋での話でしょうか。
Schoolhouse is a word no one uses.
ああ、
Turning away from the laid-back TV-watching Fujine, Saber's now facing me.
あまり意味のない質問なのですが、シロたちが通っている学び屋とはどのようなところなのでしょう。
Oh, it's the place where dreams are made of. High school? Oh. You know, I loved high school. You start to find your way in life. Your friend brings his laptop and you play Third Strike at lunch. It's good times. Watch anime. You'll understand high school.
いえ、何度か足を運んだことはあるので、どのような建物かは知っているのですが。
Yeah, you want to know about the culture.
。
What kind of a place? I'm not sure how to answer that.
なんてことのない普通の学校だと思うぞ。まあよその学校はもう少し部活動に力を入れてるとは思うけど。
普通ですか。
ああ、他に言いようがない。別に素行の悪い一団がいるわけでもないし、他にどう説明したもんか。ん？
Taking a sip of tea, I suddenly thought of something. Fujine is right there, so I whisper to Saber, "Oh my god, are we gonna ask for Saber go to school?"
なあ、サーバントって召喚された段階でこっちの常識とか分かってるって言ってなかったか？
はい。ですが私が聞きたいのは学び屋自体のことではなく、シロたちの通っているオムラハラ学園とはどのような場所なのか。
I see. If that's the case, I still might have a way of explaining it.
ならセイバーちゃん、
Fujine, who was just watching TV, suddenly turns her head towards us.
何でしょうか。
気になるなら今度見学に来る？
Yes!
良いのですか、タイガ。
別に構わないわよ。セイバーちゃんなら問題とか起こさないだろうし、まあさすがに一人で自由にってわけにはいかないだろうけど。
Like, it's so weird to think that, like, Tiger has just accepted Saber living here forever. And, like, still hasn't caught on to the fact that she's a servant. Of course, we need someone to show her around.
なあ、藤根。普通はそういう学校見学の案内って誰がやってたんだ？
どうだったっけ？偉い人が来た時は教頭先生が案内してたと思うんだけど。
藤根、きちんと思い出してくれ。誰かわからないのにセイバーを預けるなんてできないだろ。できるだけ信頼できる人じゃないと。
Someone who's not Kazuki. Well, maybe best for Saber to go with Fujine. It doesn't really put me at ease. Among others that I can count to look on after Saber, the ones that, oh, well, no, he says it. The ones who could possibly show her around include the student council's president, Issei, or maybe its advisor, Kazuki-sensei.
何言ってるのシロ？
何って、セイバーが見学に来るなら安心できる相手に案内役をしてほしいって話だよ。
だからどうして頼まないといけないのよ。セイバーちゃんの案内なんだからシロがやるに決まってるでしょ。
は？その、俺でいいのか？
Is it alright for a regular student to show a visitor around?
いいのよ。もしかしてシロは嫌なの？
まさか、そんなわけないだろう。
It's actually the exact opposite. I'd love to if I could. It's just that I didn't think it would be appropriate.
だったら別に問題なんてないじゃない。もうシロは時々変なことを気にするんだから。
タイガ、本当にいいのですか？私が見学に行ったとしても迷惑をかけるだけだと思うのですが。
セイバーちゃん、大人がいいって言ってるんだから子供は余計な心配しないでいいの。
Wow, Fujine is on full-on adult mode this morning. It's truly fortunate that only Saber and me are around.
シロもいいのですか？その案内などを頼んでしまって。
ああ、セイバーも知ってる人間の方がいいだろ。
ええ、それは。
って藤井ね、何ニヤニヤとこっちを見てやがる。
That face. Crap, did I just let my guard down? Fujine had suddenly shifted from adult mode to tiger mode.
だってさ、 白じゃないと意味がないわけよ。セーバーちゃんは白の学校に興味があるんだから、他の案内役じゃつまんなくて仕方ないよね。
タイガ、何を言い出すのです。私は学び屋が気になるというだけで、別に白を特定とした日常生活に興味があるわけでは。
はいはい、照れなくていいから。お姉ちゃんには全部わかってるから。
分かっていません。仮にそうだとしても、案内役を襟好みするなど、その方に失礼ではないですか。タイガ、あなたの提案には感謝しますが、その全てを白に結びつける発想はどうかと思います。私は白の学校を見学できるだけで嬉しいのですから、誰が案内役でもですね。
I have a feeling that one of those endless arguments has just begun. If I just leave it like this, it'll probably go from bad to worse.
はい、そこまで。それで結局いつ頃になりそうなんだ？
そうね。後で弓道部の用事で学校に行ってくるから、その時に一緒に聞いてくるわ。
わかった。セイバーもそれでいいよな。平日はやっぱり無理か。今度たっぷり時間をとって休日の学校を案内するよ。案内係が俺でよければの話だけど。
はい。白が案内をしてくれるのなら、私も気が楽ですが。
She seems hesitant and maybe even a little disappointed. Is it because of what Fujine said?
では、今度の休日に、できるだけ早いうちに予定を取り付けてください。タイガ。
Good. Looks like Saber's content with this after all. I breathe a sigh of relief. Just like that, another promise is made. As soon as everything's ready, I'll gather up my courage and take Saber to the school for a tour. Now, the interesting thing was that was labeled as a mandatory thing. Because that's interesting. Because if you remember, the flag list says, get your butt to school. Yeah. So I wonder. Definitely want to check that one out. I'm going to wait on the night event with Tosaka. Is there anything new here otherwise? Just that one. So let's go. Let's actually go back. And then I'm going to... There we go. Did I go the next day? Oh no, I'm going to go... Yeah, next day. There we go. Entry hall. Okay. So I can... Is that... Oh, it's the start of the holiday. Now let's go. With someone. Saber! To the school! That's right. I made a promise to Saber. Today's a day off, so I couldn't ask for better timing.
セイバーの靴はよしあるな。
Yep. That's them. I'll strike... I'm sorry. Strike when the iron is hot. First I have to contact Fujine at school, then... The two of us will leave this house behind for a while. Surprisingly, the plans were made quite smoothly. All it took was a phone call to the school archery club, and while I broached the subject of a school tour with Fujine...
今日にする？いいよ。もう教頭先生に話しつけてあるから。あ、お弁当持ってきてね。
And with that, I easily got an okay from her. I spent an hour making lunch, but that only took till about 10 a.m. It was just something that suddenly came to mind, and a tour would have just been fine in the afternoon, but...
いえ、行くのでしたら今すぐにしましょう。私の予定でしたら気にせずに。ええ。
Saber pressured me into it with unusual enthusiasm.
しかし急だったかな、セイバ
ー。なんでしょう、シロ。
だから急ぎすぎたかなって。学校案内なんて半日で終わるし、もう少し準備してもよかったのに。
いいえ、これで十分です。シロも学校に行くときは気軽ではないですか。ですから気を張らず、普段通り登校してください。
普段通りか。わかった、そうしてみる。
はい。それでは急ぎましょう、シロ。早くしなければ昼休みというものが始まってしまいます。
Saber urges me hurriedly. Just what about this does Saber enjoy so much? We take the usual path up the hill. I steal a glance at Saber and... She's making a face I can't quite read. I try a few different things, but in the end we arrive at the school gate before I'm able to gauge Saber's intentions. It might just be my imagination, but the school actually seems livelier than usual.
シロ、今日は休日のはずですが。
ああ、おかしいな。部活動にしてもこんなに騒がしかったことはないし。あ、そうか、文化祭か。
Oh, right. Right, the cultural festival is coming up soon. If there are any classes doing major events, it wouldn't be strange to see a lot of people here.
文化祭？学園で祭りをするということですか？
そう。年に1回生徒だけでお祭りを開くんだ。その準備で何人か校舎にいるらしい。けどそう気にするほどじゃない。いるって言っても30人ぐらいだろう。
Saber falls silent. Until now, she'd had such a bold attitude, but that composure is suddenly gone.
誰もいない校舎が見たかったとか？
いえ、そういうわけではないのですが、他に生徒がいるとですね、シロに迷惑がかかるのではないかと。
Oh no, they all know me as the harem master of grade 11. They all know me as the guy with like 7 chicks at his house. More are coming every day.
その、こうと分かっていれば、リンに制服を借りてきたのですが。
Damn it! Damn it! Now we won't see it.
なんだって。
Damn! That would be amazing. The prospect shocks me beyond words. Saber would wear a Homer uniform? What is this unprecedented image in my head? Kosaka's uniform will probably be too big on Saber. No, above that, would it look good on her? I mean, in other words, we'd be like classmates and...
戻ろう、セイバー。すぐ戻ろう。大丈夫。遠坂のが無理ならさくらのが。
Oh, that would be even less of a fit.
しかし、考えてみれば、私は来賓の扱いでした。ホムラハラの制服を着ていては、話がややこしくなってしまいますね。
Damn it. She sees through it in only 3 seconds. With the same calm she displays in battle, Saber arrives at the logical conclusion.
申し訳ありませんでした、シロ。あなたには普段通りと言っておいて、私の方こそ無用な気を使ってしまった。シロ、どうかしたのですか？ひどく落ち込んでいるように見えるのですが。
God, that's how I feel right now.
いや、なんでもない。
Can we like raid a school store?
セイバーの言う通りだ。私服だからって気にすることはないから。中に入ろう。
I mean, I guess her outfit is not too much different from a school uniform. My delusion ends. Dropping my shoulders with a great sigh, I turn towards the school building. After seeing me enter, Saber passes through the gate naturally. Oh, she's smiling. For now, let's head to the archery club. I'm prepared for the attention that Saber will receive, but I'd like to enjoy the day until lunch is over.
助けてー！エミヤ、うちのエミヤが学校に金髪の外国人連れてきてるー！
Who is this hot-blooded shonen protagonist screaming at us? Just as my plan goes into effect, back at the drawing board. Of all people, that human soapbox Goto. Oh, Goto! Just had to be stretching with this track and field club. A sudden cry rises from the entire boys' track club. I guess Saber's radiance is visible even from far away. A horde of male athletes, always hungry for cute girls, races over in a stampede and forms a circle around us to oogle Saber. A pain in my ass now obstructs our path to the archery dojo.
何あれすっげえモデルなんかの撮影それとも知らされてなかった俺の嫁
Wow, they used the word waifu, huh?
ちっけえな俺らとカメかな陸上部入らねえかなうちの生徒じゃなくていいから
Yo, these dudes don't know they're talking to historic King Arthur.
僕女の子でなくてもいいよ
That's a normal thing to say out loud.
転入生にしては時期が半端かあれかね学校関係者かねほらうちの英語教師ってとんでもばっかりだろもしかして英語教師の補充じゃないか
I mean, she would be a really good English teacher. for the fact that she speaks English from, the oldie times.
ちびっこ先生、おお、ハグして
ゲ、やめろよな、冗談でもそういうこと言うの。俺単位やばいんだぞ。勢い留年しちまうじゃねえか。
Howling, slavering beasts. Gutless ones, though. Keeping 20 meters out, they've only surrounded and observed Saber from a distance so far.
シロ、あれが文化祭なのですか?
Well, there's some culture there, all right.
違う。あれはただの障害物だ。
Though you definitely shouldn't look down on them like animals. They might appear to be a troublesome pack, but there's a good reason they become that way. That's because...
嘘。おい、ユキチ、メガネ。あそこあそこ、セイバーさんだ、セイバーさんだよ。相変わらずゴージャスだぜ、くそ。
With a Yahoo, the rampaging train kicks the circle of boys aside and charges in. Like I was saying, that's because there sure is a lack of cute girls on the track and field club. Hey, no, shut up.
いやー、相変わらず暇だな、エミヤ。
Shut up, she's great.
で、今日は何してんの？うちのバカどもにそこの美人を見せびらかしに来たのか？
Makidare Kaede. The archetypal girls track and field club member is energetic as always.
あ、本当にセイバーさんとエミヤくんだ。どうも、お久しぶりです。エミヤくんもおはようございます。
And this young lady is Saigusa Yukika. Is this like, again, you could go the entire game and not, like, almost not meet them, it feels like. But no, you have to, because you have to do the camping event. Why are you still introducing? As far as track and field club members go, she's an exceptional representative.
Yeah, おはよう。
おはようございます、ユキカ。覚えていてくれたのですね。
はい。セイバーさんこそ一度しか会っていないのに嬉しいです。
Frantic atmosphere quickly calms down, and that's how our grand morning went.
もっと光を。なんだよお前ら。ユキカばっかで私はシカトか。楓もお久しぶりです。制服ということは部活動は終わってしまったのですね。あなたの素晴らしい走りを見られなくて残念だ。ありがとう。
The moment Saber speaks to her, Makidara stops and suddenly becomes acutely aware of her surroundings. I'm not sure what it means.
なあエミヤ、ちょっといいかな。
What's up?
なんだよ。急いでるから手短にな。
セイバーさんって外国の人だよな。ご両親のどっちも日本人じゃないよな。
She is more foreign than you could ever believe.
は？
Raised eyebrows. What is this girl saying all of a sudden?
見ての通りだ。生粋のイギリス人だぞ、セイバーは。
She's British, isn't it? She's British. Cool. Well, I don't actually know if she's pure-blooded or anything like that. Matters of race aside, Saber's got some other unbelievable issues.
やっぱりそうか。どうする？どうしようエミヤ。私外国語なんて話せないよ。
You were literally just speaking to her in Japanese. She clings to me in tears. How should I put this, Makidara?
マキちゃん、セイバーさんずっと日本語話してたよ。お久しぶりですって。
何？そんなバカな。今セイバーさんはこの学園で一番の美人を出せ。やはりあなたですか、楓マキデラ。ここで殺しますよって言ったんじゃないの？
ある意味それが真実であったらどれだけ楽かと思うがな。
お、日村、いいところに来た。頼む。
了解した。すまないなエミヤ。この小動物は学校に見慣れない人間が入ってきて警戒意識が高まっているだけだ。一応無害なので気にしないでくれ。
誰が猿だ、誰が。まさかユキッチか？
ところでお二人とも今日はどうしたんですか？
いや。
Impressive. She easily cuts straight to the heart of the matter.
この学園の見学に来たのです。シローが案内をしてくれています。
シロって誰だ？まさかユキッチか？
Do you literally not know? Do you literally not know my first name?
じゃあセイバーさん転校してくるかもしれないんですか？
Do you literally not know my first name? She really is impressive. There isn't a hint of spite in Saigusa's voice. She is obviously thoroughly used to Makidera's performances already.
嘘だよ寂しいよ。誰も突っ込んでくれないよ。私猿でいいからさ、もうちょっと構ってよ。
あ、マキちゃん、エミヤくんの名前はシロくんって言うんだ
Oh,
よ。
she just straight up didn't know.
クラス違うから知らなかったよね。
She just straight up didn't know my name.
ユキッチは優しいな。でもお断りさ。エミヤの名前なんざ覚えてられね
重ねてすまない。マキデラはああやって悪者ぶらないとやっていけない小心者なのだ。
え。なんだと？どっちの味方だよ金は。
どちらかというと静かな方の味方だな。さてセイバーさん、転入のための見学というのは本当なのですか？
いえ、そういうわけではありません。この学園の中に入ってみたかっただけですから。
そうなんだ。藤村先生がさ、そういう交流も大切だからって。
藤村教諭が？そうか。確かに彼女は英語を受け持っている。そういう発想に行き着いても不思議ではないな。
それはつまりどういうことなんだかね。
簡単に言えば異文化交流という話だ。おそらく我々とは生活環境が違ったであろうセイバーさんに普段見ることのない生活を知ってもらおうという考えと、他にも誰とは言わないが海外の人と触れ合うことによって異国語に対する苦手意識をなくしていこうということも考えていたのではないかな。
へえ、やるな藤村先生。私あの人のことただのかっこいい暴れん坊だと思ってた。
It takes one to know one, Makidera.
なるほど。タイガは教育者としてそこまで考えていたのですね。
まあ、あの人もちゃんとした教師だから。
So she's carefree concerning most things in life, but wise when it comes down to things that matter? Hey, that's what being a teacher's life like. Well, our field trip did get approved quickly, with Fujine having taken care of it well in advance.
ところでエミヤ、その手下げは何だ？
Food.
これは藤村先生に頼まれた弁当。とりあえず弓道場に届けに行く。
そういうことなら早く持っていくといい。あそこでたむろっている男子部員は私たちで追い払おう。
そうだね。練習サボってバカ話ばっかりなんだから。あんなんだから万年予選落ちなんだっつーの。
Oh, dang.
それじゃあ失礼します。セイバーさん、ゆっくりしていってくださいね。
はい、ユキカ。あなたも無理をなさらず。
With a quick bow, Yukika hurries to help the two. No, rather to stop Makidera from further abusing the boys' track team. The three of them balance each other out unbelievably well.
さて、じゃあ俺たちも弁当を届けるか。
はい。まずは弓道場ですね、シロ。
She's so happy here. Oh, I'm happy. The dojo is quiet. I wonder if club activities are only scheduled in the afternoon today. Hello. In the heart of the still empty dojo, a tiger that just lay sprawled on the floor springs up to her feet. Yo, but for real. Sometimes you just want to lay down on the floor and stretch out and just embrace the world.
シロ遅い。もう待ちくたびれて敷物になっちゃうかと思ったわよ。
You already have. Just now you most definitely have,
お
Fujine.
待たせ。けどこんなに注文したのは藤姉の方だぞ。1、2時間は待ってもらわないと。
I put or rather pile up the lunch boxes I've been carrying onto the ground. There's enough food for about 6 people.
上出来上出来。お疲れ様シロ。 これだけあれば十分よね。私でしょ、さくらちゃんでしょ、シローとセーバーちゃん、みつづりさんのお昼ご飯。
タイガ、私もここで食事をとるのですか？
そうよ。せっかく学校見学に来てるんだから、普段できないことをしないとね。
しかし、私は部外者で。
That's alright. Neither are we.
細かいことは気にしないの。今日は見学に来たお客さんだし、部外者なんかでもないわよ。セーバーちゃんはシローの保護者じゃなくて
Aww.
家族なんだしね。うちに授業参観があったら見に来てほしいぐらいよ。
The fact that, like, that's the confirmation of her being, like, accepted into the family, that's the first time it's been said. It just, in my heart.
私はシローの親類で、確かにそういうことになっていますが。
Like how you're just saying that out loud.
いいのいいの。いつもはライダーさんがいるからいいけど、ライダーさんもふらりとどっか行っちゃうからね。
Oh yeah, she comes to school all the time.
そういう時、セーバーちゃん一人きりでしょ。だからたまにはこういうこともしないとね。
タイガ、ありがとう。心遣い感謝します。先ほどの一件も含めて、今日のあなたはいつにも増して頼もしい。学校内のタイガは見違えるようです。
I mean, mostly. She also was just lying on the ground pretending to be a rug. From behind Saber, someone wholeheartedly agrees.
先輩、セーバーさん、いらっしゃい。
よ、お疲れさん。悪いね、今日はご馳走してくれるんだって。
お邪魔しています。お二人とも今日は部活動だったのですね。はい、今日は午後からなんです。午前中は文化祭の打ち合わせを三つり先輩としていました。
まったくこれっぽっちも決まらなかったけどね。参ったよ。飲食系はとっくに申請数オーバーしてるしさ、うちの部員たちは変に不器用なのばっかりでね。
すみません、きっと一番不器用なのが私です。
Hey, hey, chin up.
ああ、いや、なんとかなるさ。みのりもいるし、いざとなればあいつに踊らせる。いや、待った、演舞だったらここに達人がいるじゃない。
Who?
ねえセイバーさん、文化祭の日って暇かな。予定がないならちょい手伝ってほしいんだけど。
Hold up. Saber dancing? Where have I heard that before?
は、私ですか？
そうそう、セイバーさんさえ良ければうちの出し物に力を貸してくれない？セイバーさん器用だし、舞台映えもするし、何より藤村先生がかなわないっていう剣さばき、他の誰より私が見たすぎる。
Yeah. She is pretty good with the sword. Almost, you know, like, because she's the king of knights. Every now and then, you just gotta get that reminder. Historic King Arthur right there. At loss for words, Saber remains silent.
また三つ釣り、そんなことをいきなり言われてもセイバーを困らせるだけだ。第一、セイバーは弓道部の部員じゃないだろ
う。でも関係者でしょ。さっき藤村先生が言ってたじゃない。セイバーさんはエミヤの親類だって。うちの文化祭に出演してもどこもおかしくないでしょ。
How about that? Her face retorts with brimming confidence.
それはだな。
何？それともエミヤは反対なわけ？セイバーさんがうちの文化祭に出ることは？
そんなわけあるか。セイバーがホムラハラの制服を着てくれるなら俺の3年間に思い残すことはない。
And it slips out.
ほら決まりだ。
Wow, she's just... Dempsey rolls that, Sakura's like, haha, that makes sense, and Saber's like, oh wow, no, you were thinking that.
ねえセイバーさん、ちょっと考えてよ。藤村先生もエミヤもこう言ってることだしさ。
ええ、前処させていただきます。
She's in.
私でいいのでしたら喜んで。
Saber's voice is gentle. What's with me? For just a moment, even though I'm not upset or anything, my chest grew tight.
はーい、決まったところでお昼にしましょう。ほらシロ、お弁当広げて広げて。お腹ペコペコなんだから早く早く。
いい話のオチを台無しにしやがって。はいはい、わかりました。さくら、お茶の用意手伝ってくれ。
はい。いいおやみや、それは私がやるから。こっちは昼飯をごちそうになるんだから、そんくらいはやるって。
そうか。じゃあさくら、弁当の準備と藤姉の相手を頼む。監視を怠らないように。
It's like that one Xbox Live Arcade game where you slap the cat from eating the food. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about.
シロ、それはどういう意味なのよ。
はい。一切れたりともフライングはさせません。それじゃあ先生、お弁当広げましょうね。
今日は何にかな。
After finishing lunch, we leave the archery range. The stacks of lunchboxes were weighing down our tour earlier, so they stay behind. I'll let Fujine take them home while we continue touring the school.
ごちそうさまでした。ああいった昼食もいいものですね、シロ。
Would I ever make one that's not good?
お粗末様でした。本当のところ、屋上で食べたかったんだけどな。それはまた次の機会でいいか。
はい。次はぜひ屋上で。リンの話では、シロの昼食は屋上か生徒会室という話でしたから。
We put the archery range behind us. Next is, yeah, since she mentioned it, we might as well visit the student council room. I see students scattered throughout the school building, so Issei might be there too. What is Issei's opinion on Saber? I don't think we got that. We head towards the student council room. By now, I've gotten used to the high-pitched squeals whenever we pass students or classrooms in the hallways. Have I just learned to tune it out, or am I not even noticing them? Saber walks through the somewhat, considering it's a holiday, crowded halls with composure. A bit of an awkward sentence.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy. Ah! Unexpectedly, we come across Mr. Kazuki. Oh, weird that they say Mr. Kazuki in this and not Kazuki-sensei like you would normally expect. I definitely feel like every now and then you get a scene and you're like, this has been translated by someone else because it's not 100% consistent. I definitely feel that. Of course, we're at school, so it's natural he would be here.
おはようございます。
おはよう。というには時間が過ぎているか。体は達者か、エミヤ。
A strange tension fills the air. Saber's expression is somewhat tense as well. Kazuki fixes Saber with a hard gaze. He's no Magus, but he's still Caster's master. He might take Saber's presence in the school as a sign of an upcoming battle.
久月先生、セイバーは
藤村先生から聞いている。門限までゆっくり案内をしてやりなさい。
ああ、はい。どうも。
I was the one who misunderstood. This person isn't one to fight without reason.
その説はどうも。今後ともよろしくしてやってくれ。
Oh, you are being extremely nice today.
はい。時間がありましたら。
Like, well, not really nice, just talkative. It's interesting. He's such an interesting character now. With a good day, Kazuki goes on his way. I remember when I first saw him, I'm like, well, that's a villain. And there was like nothing, but now it's like, now he's very deep. He walks away silently as always. What a superbly balanced, flawless footwork.
ちょい待った。セイバー、今の何？
Why would Kazuki be grateful to Saber?
どうということはありません。たまにキャスターに呼ばれ、彼女の内職を手伝っているだけですから。
With her what?
内職？キャスターが内職？
Yeah, what?
なんだよその怪しさ全開な説明は。あいつがお金に困るなんてことないだろ
う。After all, she's a one-of-a-kind magus. Feats like turning lead into gold would be child's play for her.
私もそう思うのですが、生活を裕福にするための労働と精神を裕福にするための労働は別なのだとか。
What do you help with?
まったく、どこから注文を受けているのか。あのようなドレス、私の時代でもそうなかったというのに。
Wait, what? Saber grumbles about something. Anyway.
まあ、あれはあれで、やりがいのある仕事なのですが。
And it appears Saber did not mind it either. Huh.
失礼します。ってやっぱ一世だけか。
おや、誰かと思えばエミヤか。
Hey, you're looking nice and invisible today, my man. Oh, there you are. He looks up at me with from some documents and a calculator.
セイバーさんもご一緒とは。そうか。連絡のあった見学者というのはセイバーさんのことだったのだな。
Issei nods. Though he universally regards the female population with scorn, Issei seems to have taken an unusual liking to Saber. According to him, he felt her divine presence or something. Oh, what?
どうぞ、楽にしてください、セイバーさん。
It's like, again, I love this game for just taking and the idea of like, okay, you have a fairly medium-sized cast of characters. Let's see how they all interact with each other. What are all of their relations?
ありがとう。お久しぶりです、一世。
いいのか？忙しいなら出直すけど。
構わんさ。すべて雑務だ。すぐ片付けなくてはならないものでもない。
Leaving Issei to serve the tea, I take a seat alongside Saber. We can hear the clamor of club activities coming through the window.
してエミヤ、セイバーさんを連れて見学とのことだが、なぜここに？特に見るべきものはないと思うが。
そのようなことはありません。生徒会室と一世のことは指導から聞いていたので、どんな場所か興味があったのです。
そうですか。残念だ。二人が来ると知っていれば上等なお茶受けを買ってきたのですが。
いいってそんなに気を使わなくても。それに飯食ったばっかりだし、喉休めのお茶が最高のごちそうだよ。
そうか、それはよかった。しかし昼食はどこで取ったのだ？食堂は休みだろう。
弓道部です。指導にお弁当を作っていただきました。
なんと、すれ違ってしまったか。
He's salty he didn't get some.
弓道場なら朝一で訪ねたというのに。
指導の昼食を食べ損ねてしまいましたね。
しかり、いや、是非もないとしても残念だ。
Saber and Issei complement each other frightfully well. Only just realized this, but they might have really similar personalities.
さて、今日は文化祭前ということで多数の生徒がおりますが、彼らもセイバーさんの見学を快く迎えてくれるでしょう。いい機会なのですから校舎を回ってきてください。いや、ここがもう少し面白みのあるところならよかったのだが。
いいえ、そんなことはありません。できればもう少しここで休んでいきたいのですが。
I nod in agreement. There's still time, so I'd like to take it easy for a bit longer.
そうですか。では雑談などを少し。セイバーさんには学園のことよりも学園でのエミヤの話をした方がよろしいか。
Saber lets out a curious gasp. But personally, I can't stand being talked about like I'm some tasty morsel to be enjoyed over tea.
待て一世、何を話すつもりだ？
うろたえることもあるまい。本来それが目的であろうに。第一聞かれて恥ずかしいことがあろうものか。エミヤは悪行をなしているのか？
I mean, there was the time I brought the invisible little girl to school.
いや、それはそうだけど。
おや、シロ、何か私に聞かれたくないようなことでもあるのですか？
ないぞ。隠し事とか一切ないぞ。
では決まりですね。一世、よろしくお願いします。
They just went ahead and ignored me. These two get along way too well.
さて、そうは言ったものの何から話したものか。いざ選ぶとなると多すぎて難しいな。
ここでシロは手伝いをしていると聞きましたが、どんなことを？
Here's the damn heaters that I gotta keep fixing.
そうですね。基本的には公共物の修繕など。何分壊れたからすぐに買い直すという余裕がないので助かっています。
Oh man, this is embarrassing. It's like a parent-teacher conference. I wouldn't mind it if it were Kiritsugu or Fujine for some reason, but it's like especially embarrassing to have Saber hear about me.
なるほど。確かにそれは シロの得意分野でしょう。
他にも何というわけではないのですが、各行事ごとにエミヤの力を貸してもらっています。というよりも、気がつくと誰かの手伝いをしているといった感はありますが。
ああ、なるほど。それは確かにシロらしい。
へえ、俺もそう思うのですが、それがエミヤですから。
本当に困ったものです。それで一世、詳しく話をするとどんなものがあるのでしょう。
Why are you asking in such detail?
いかようにも。長くなりますから面白いものから話していきましょう。
A couple of giddy honor students, these two. Whatever, just do as you please. It dragged on for a long, torturous hour. The two of them were talking really excitedly, but at this rate, daylight will be gone. We still haven't seen a lot of the school, so I suggest we take a break for today.
いや、引き止めて申し訳ない。引き続き校内見学を楽しんでください。
いえ、貴重なお話でした。大河の語る素人はまた別の面を知ることができました。
いや、この程度でよければいくらでもお相手します。何かあったら今度は寺までお越しください。あそこでならきちんとおもてなしもできる。
I love the fact that this feels like a living world where everyone goes places and can talk to people off screen and just like stuff can happen. I love it.
ええ、機会があればぜひ。
一世、お前まだ喋り足りないのかよ。
Like, I love the fact that it feels like if Shiro did nothing, the world would still go on. Like, it feels like it is not centered around the main character, which is a massive compliment I can give to a piece of work.
当たり前だ。3年もの心のアルバムだぞ。今日はその1冊目を紐解いたに過ぎん。
行こう、セイバー。一世がこんなにおしゃべりとは知らなかった。このままだと最後まで付き合わされるぞ。
そうですね。それでは一世、また後ほど。
そう。2年目は
Oh,
お
he's
待ちか
still
ね。
going.
メインイベントの夏合宿が控えているのだが、消えたというかだな。何か調子に乗ってひどい醜態を晒していなかったか。俺は。
Man's gonna like prostrate himself over this. We spent the afternoon leisurely. We visited all the special classrooms like the music and AV rooms, gym and the library, and then the student cafeteria. Showing Saber around, who had never seen a school before, turned out to be more fun than I expected. I think it was well worth it. But the evening light coming in, oh, how aesthetic. We continued into the evening. The students had begun heading home, and we started thinking of doing the same.
最後に、シロの教室が見たいのですが。
The first time today, Saber asks to go somewhere on her own.
ここがシロの教室ですか。あまり他の教室と変わりはありませんね。
そりゃそうだ。教室はみんな同じだって言っただろ。クラスごとに特徴が出るのは後ろの掲示板とか机の傷ぐらいなもんだ。
おうおう、なるほど。ではシロの机はこれですね。
I swear if it's the protagonist seat. I swear if it's in the back left corner by the window. Using some kind of intuition, Saber points out my exact seat.
この小綺麗な机の中央に見るも無残なひび割れが。鉄槌が落ちたかのような惨劇だ。シロ、これは一体。
それは藤姉がすっ転んで俺の机にヘッドバットかました後、血をドクドク流しながら授業を続けた。
In my 3 years here, that was the first Legend of Fujimura.
そうでしたか。シロらしからぬいたずらの後なので不似合いだと思ったのですが、大河がしたというのであればそれもシロらしいと言うべきですね。
With that oddly cheerful compliment, Saber walks around the classroom. Even though there shouldn't have been anything worth seeing here, She seems to be happier here than she's been all day. Well, since we've come all this way.
なあ、セイバー。今更だけど、どうして学校に興味を持ったんだ？
The question had been nagging at me since morning.
そう大きな理由はありません。ただシローの学生生活とはどのようなものだろうと興味を持っただけです。タイガとシローのおかげでこうして直接来ることができました。
I get it. But still, I haven't fulfilled even half of that wish. God, I want to see you in a school uniform so badly. It's the school life that Saber said she was interested in. Not the buildings, but the everyday life that people spend in it.
平日に来るべきだったかな。セイバー、授業が見たかったんだろ？
I guess one thing I will say is, one of the major reasons I did want to be a teacher is I can't imagine not being in a school culture, if that makes sense. For me, the idea of work being just a place that you go to and come back from, and there isn't, I don't know, it's like I worked at a couple places that aren't teaching related, and you don't get that everyday culture thing going on. Those connections, that idea of, you know, a goal, which is either learning or teaching, but with other stuff around that. Special holidays, rewards, you know, surprises. So for me, like, that's a major thing. It's not just a building, and it's not just a place where you go to learn. There's so much more to it, right?
そうですね。のんびり眺めてみたいものです。ですが、私は霊体化できないので。
霊体化できなくてもいいじゃないか。いっそ転校しちゃうのはどうだ？戸籍とか手続きとか、遠坂あたりなら用意できそうだし。
I see, Nod Saber.
それは素晴らしい。考えてもみませんでした。
Oh my god, if this actually happens.
だろ？よし、帰ったら遠坂に相談してみよう。あいつのことだから、こっちが驚くぐらいあっさりお膳立てしてくれるだろうし、藤根だって協力してくれる。
Oh my god, if we actually go through with this. Wait, I babble on like an idiot, as if in a fever dream.
はい。楽しみにしています。シロ。
Oh my god, it's happening. Saber answers with a lovely smile. I'm wondering just what she's thinking behind that smile. I still don't know the difference between a promise and a wish. And like that, our brief respite came to an end. Just as it was this morning, our walk home is calm and leisurely. The view overlooking the town from the hill road is different than usual. I should say that the view is always different. I normally just don't take the time to pay attention to it. Stopping for a moment, Saber turns her soft gaze towards the town.
何かあったのか、セイバー。
I ask as casually as I can. I call out to her in my usual voice so as not to spoil the fun we had today.
いいえ、目立つものは何も。ここは私たちの知っているいつも通りの冬季の街です。
A gentle breeze wafts through the air. Her golden hair sways in the wind. Our pleasant day is about to end.
なら帰ろう。別に珍しいものはないんだろ？
ええ。ですが、もう少しだけ眺めていたいのです。この景色をずっと覚えておくために。
大げさだな。そんな必要はないだろう。また明日、ここで見ることができるんだから。
Not just tomorrow, but until eternity. The Holy Grail War will never end. I'm sorry, what? This is going weird. Even if I were to die and she were to disappear, this peaceful life would go on forever. As long as the fighting never ends, as long as no one wishes for an end to it, that promise will never be reduced to a simple wish. Huh.
あなたはそれを許せない。我慢できない人だから。
The sunset is beautiful. No, that's not it. What's beautiful is that she...
そうでしょう。この誰も失われていない理想郷で、あなただけは 失われたものに価値を見出そうとしている。
She knows. Above all, that she feels the beauty of this sunset. I finally understand. This whole day, she didn't hide her face even once. She saw that promise off with a smile, the promise that she could fulfill if she only wished for it.
そうだ。俺は聖杯戦争を解決する。
Such self-righteousness. There's really no need to end the war. I could just sleep until the 4th day. I could just close my eyes and let the 4 days pass me by. With that alone, this strangeness would end. But that's not possible for Emyashiro. That'd be to disregard that which was lost. To surrender to ignorant bliss, a life without progress. He won't accept the most convenient happiness. He's not one to take whatever it is thrown at him, this self-declared hero that's twisted to the bone.
はい。あなたも多くの者もそれを非難するでしょう。ですが私は尊いと思う。あなたは聖杯戦争を終わらせる。私が止めようと助けようと、結果はきっと変わらない。
That's why she didn't make any promises she couldn't keep. Like watching a well-made tale unfold, she simply smiled and closed her eyes to tomorrow.
いいのかな。俺の考えは凝り固まった意地みたいなもんだけど。
ええ。その誇りを守り続ける。この身は最後まであなたの剣としてありましょう。
Now, this one was a promise. She swore an oath to fight alongside me. Without an ounce of regret, she will continue cutting the dream spectacularly into ribbons.
そんなに悲しい顔をしないでください。大丈夫。仮に終わりがあるとしても、それは別れではありません。
別れではない。
ええ。私たちはそれぞれ望んだ未来に帰るのです。
Well, of course. Whatever that desired future is, we'll know when the dark night ends. There's nothing to be afraid of. The light of the brightest star of them all is guiding me forward.
家に帰ろうか、セイバー。今日は一日ありがとう。
いいえ。私の方こそありがとう、シロ。
We resume walking. The curtain falls on another day. Now, when I wake up, I will have to keep living a life worthy of this sword myself. Okay, I'm gonna let you all know. There is a lump in my throat, and I am having a time keeping it in. There better be a wallpaper added to that special menu. Okay, so let us save and title. Let's check that wallpaper we got. Let's see, which one is it? It will definitely be one with Saber. Oh, this is new. Oh, that's lovely. And look, she's holding a little Shiro plush. Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. It has her feet open there. Oh my god. Do y'all see that? They are just out in the open. They look really dirty. Whoa. Okay. Wow. The jokes just keep on coming, huh? Okay. Well. Okay. With Saber's dirty bare feet, I say to you all, thank you for watching, and next time we'll be back for some more Fate Hollow Ataraxia, wherein we, continue onward and try and put an end to this Holy Grail War. Ciao, guys.